All right. I will call to order the Zoning Board of Appeals meeting for Wednesday, April 24th, 2024. To all persons interested in or affected by the actions of the Zoning Board of Appeals, you're hereby notified pursuant to Section 11 of Chapter 40A of the General Laws of the Commonwealth of Massachusetts and all amendments thereto, that a public hearing on the following appeals will be held on Wednesday, April 24th, 2024, at the time indicated. The Zoning Board of Appeals public hearing will be held by remote participation methods. Public access to this meeting shall be provided in the following manner. The meeting will be televised live via Xfinity Channel 8 or High Definition Channel 1072. It may also be accessed via the Government Access Channel live stream on the Town of Barnstable's website at the address http://streaming85.townofbarnstable.us/cablecast public site /watch/1 Real-time access to the Zoning Board of Appeals meeting is also available by utilizing the Zoom link or telephone number and meeting ID provided. Public comment can be addressed to the Zoning Board of Appeals by utilizing the Zoom link or telephone number and meeting ID. The Zoom link is https://townofbarnstable-us.zoom.us/j/811353945519 or calling 888-475-4499 and entering 811-3539-4519. Applicants, representatives, individuals required or entitled to appear before the Zoning Board of Appeals may appeal remotely and may participate through accessing the link or telephone number provided. Documentary exhibits and or visual presentations should be submitted in advance of the meeting to anna.brigham@town.barnstable.ma.us so that they may be displayed for remote public access viewing. Copies of the applications are available for review by calling 508-862-4682 or emailing anna.brigham@town.barnstable.ma.us. So I will call the meeting to order with introduction of board members. We've got Mark Hansen.
Present.
Larry Hurwitz.
Present.
Manny Alves.
Present.
Herb Bodenseek.
Present.
Aaron Webb.
Yeah.
And I am also present, Jacob Dewey. Notice the recording this meeting of the Zoning Board of Appeals is being recorded and broadcast on the Town of Barnstable's Government Access Channel. In accordance with MGL Chapter 30A, Section 20, I must inquire whether anyone is recording this meeting, and if so, to please make their presence known. Seeing none, we don't have any minutes to approve today, so we go straight to new business. I'm probably not going to get your name right, and I apologize in advance. In appeal number 2024-012, Junichi Sawayanagi has applied for a special permit in accordance with Section 240-47-2C4, accessory dwelling units, ADUs. The applicant proposed to change the use of the front accessory structure from commercial use, previously a framing business, to residential use as a 1,671 square foot, one bedroom accessory dwelling unit, which exceeds the 900 square foot as of right limit. The subject property is located at 1085 Main Street, West Barnstable, Massachusetts, as shown on Assessor's Map 178 as parcel 004002. It's located in the West Barnstable Village Business District, the ZBD zoning district. So sitting on this is our regular members, which is Mark, Aaron, Herb, and then Manny, do you want to sit on this?
Okay.
I apologize again in advance, Mr. Sawayanagi. Just correct me with how you pronounce your name.
Please call me Jimmy, please.
Jimmy?
Please, yes. Please do that, please.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. If you want to give us a background and sort of history here, that would be super helpful.
Yes. Chairman and the member of the board, thank you for this meeting. I'm going to introduce by myself. My real official name is Junichi Sawayanagi, meaning of Junichi means page one, because I'm a firstborn son. That's why I got Junichi. But Junichi is a very, very common name in Japan. When we are young, I was young, people call me Jumbo. That's why I started using Jimmy here. And that's why even my wife called me Jimmy. That's why, please call me Jimmy. Thank you. I came to United States about 50 years ago. I'm very old right now, but 50 years ago, I came here, and then I married the lady, very nice lady from New Jersey, and then she's American. So I married the American lady, and I have two daughters. Both are in already finished Barnstable High and then college. So they both are working. Younger one, 27, she's still in graduate school right now, and older one is in North Carolina. So I have a empty nest right now. Let me explain about first building first. The first building I purchased 2002. I was picture framing business at that time, and then I asked Tom, can I use the commercial as a picture framing business? And then because since I was living in Marston's Mills, so I didn't need to live there, this property. So I asked Tom, can I use as a commercial? And then Tom said, yes, okay, but you have to go to the site plan review to do the whole process. I said, okay, what do I have to do? And then they told me exactly step by step, go through the site plan review. And then also the building department told me I have to make a handicap access because that's a ordinance, that's a regulation of the Barnstable. So I have to put handicap access, and then all door of the house have to be swing outside because the commercial building have to swing outside some reason. So I did that, and then this building was actually when I purchased it was purchased as is. It was very, very old. Nobody living there for 7 years. So I got the whole house because was fire damage. I found out later. So inside wire, electric, and then plumbing, everything brand new now. At that time, we changed it, and then I start business there. And then after that, my family wants to move to the West Barnstable because it's nice, much nicer than Marston's Mills. So at that time, when I renovated, I add a second floor dormitory. So there's a room there's a kitchen there, so I can live there. So we moved to West Barnstable. After maybe 2 years later, I moved to the this commercial building, and then my family wants they loved it, so we want to add addition to this property, and then town said no because I have a commercial building. I live in a commercial building, and then you want an addition to the commercial building, you cannot add it because I am living in there, but registered as a commercial building. So but town told me, yes, you can build separately, but everything have to be separate. So I built another house in the back. That's why we have two building in the same lot. And then the back building, 3-bedroom, and me and each girl had a 1 bedroom each. And I built that. This back house is built 2007. Actually, we applied for 2006 and then finished by 2007. That's why we have two buildings. And then also a lot of parking space, because when I changed the commercial building, I had to make a new parking space for the commercial space for the parking requirement. So I made a parking requirement, and then built, after that, I built a new house in the back, way back, because I have to have a parking space in between. And then I have to make a new septic system, everything according to by the town regulation. I built a new house in the back. Now my daughter moved to the North Carolina, and then they're calling us to come down there, and we are getting old. So we decided to move to North Carolina. So I put on the market 2 years ago, and 2 years ago, we got the offer right away, and but our offer was very low, cash offer. Cash buyer came in, and then we didn't take the offer. I should take it that time, but that was after that pandemic starts. So everything market went upside down, and was too late. The cash offer was gone, and I asked realtor, should I change the residential because commercial building is maybe harder to sell. But realtor told me keep it commercial because that's more attractive, and they have a very confidence that they can sell. Yes, we got another offer right away, and then we tried to sell as a commercial. Yes, they want to use as a commercial. So I had a tenant in my front building, me as a tenant. We have another tenant. It was a Cape Cancer thrift shop was upstairs, and I was in downstairs for the picture framing business. And so we both moved out because the house was almost close to closing. At the closing date, they couldn't come up with financing. So the financing failed. So the building, this deal was totally over. Start all over again. So we have a new down. So and then we got another offer right away again. Then again, also we have a fair again twice. At that time we applied. That before that I went to the ANA to apply for this ADU previously, and then I pulled out because still the realtor told me definitely commercial is more valuable. Keep it that way. So I kept it that way. And that second offer also failed at the closing. They couldn't come up with financing because the interest rate was 9% for the commercial loan. So I said, well, this time I better change to the residential so they can get at least 7% commercial residential loan. So that's why I came back to the ADU again. Now, why did I pick ADU? That was probably you have a question, but I went to a town. I went to a building department, and then should I go with the in-law house, in-law apartment? And they told me you should go to the ADU. I forgot what the quite real reason was, but the ADU was a new system that they're working on right now, and it works very well that way. So I said, okay, fine, I'll do that. And then I decided to do ADU. That's the story. That's why I'm applying today. And then in Japanese, old saying, if it happened twice, it will happen 3 times. So maybe another buyer will fail again. So I'm predicting I might wait another more year. I already wait 2 years. So I'm already to wait for 3 years. So that's why if I get the ADU, at least I can rent it out to a younger couple or single person to live there. And at least I can cover a little bit mortgage. I'm sorry, this is my personal reason, but at least I can get some income coming in. I can pay the tax, at least tax from it. And because tax getting higher and higher every year. So I like to get some cash flow coming in from front building. That's why I'm asking you for ADU permit. And I am happy to answer any question if you have. And also,
thank you, Jimmy.
Thank you.
Do any members of the board have any questions?
I think he answered all my questions personally.
Okay. I've got a couple questions. One, why are you proposing a 1-bedroom versus a 2? Are you at a septic constraint there? Is that why?
No, we have a 3-bedroom septic system in the front building. and then the back side has a 4-bedroom septic system. We have two sets of separate septic system, and then I'm talking to the Mr. Tom McCann that he is a director of the health department, and then he knows my house very well because I talk to him all the time for my situation, and I have a 3-bedroom house septic system in the front building, but the reason I apply for the 1-bedroom because if I have a 1 acre, health department only allowed to have 4-bedroom total, and my back house had a 3-bedroom already, so that's why only 1 bedroom left. And then the health department told me if I change the septic system to AI, is that called AI? Something advanced system, then I can have a 6-bedroom. But my septic system is a normal, regular Title V septic system, so I cannot have my maximum of is a 4-bedroom. That's why only 1 bedroom is okay to have in the front building. So I have to rent as a 1 bedroom, not the 2-bedroom. So the living member is only 2 adults and plus children. That's only I can have allowed to have in front building. That's the regulation by the town. Thank you.
Okay. Anybody else have any questions? I mean, so basically what's before us is whether to allow the ADU to exceed the 900 square feet or half the size of the
well, I have a question.
Structure.
And maybe this is a question for deliberation more than a question of the applicant. So this is before us on a special permit because it exceeds the 900 feet. But the provisions of the bylaw has a section that talks about primary entrance. First of all, the ADU is supposed to be accessory to the main building. And where the primary entrance is up to the ADU, it cannot be more visible from the street than that of the principal building. I don't know if that's a concern for anybody, but that speaks to a variance, not a special permit if we're varying that provision. Anyway, I wanted to put that on the table because, and I don't know, Jimmy, if this came up during your conversations with the building department.
Yes, sir. These came up. And I have, probably you have a first page, first floor of the paperwork already I submitted. In the first floor had a main entrance in the main building. And there is we are planning to not use that main entrance as a main entrance. There's in the sunroom had another entrance in the back in the sunroom. That's where most people, if someone live here, will be entrance from the sunroom because that's where the front of the parking lot is. Because parking lot is right in front of the sunroom. That's where the entrance is, and that's what I'm going to suggest to use if there is a tenant. And then may I suggest, I understand I have exceeding more than half of the main building. That's another issue that you concerned because I'm totally over 900 square feet. I have a 1,671 square feet. Yes, it's way over 900. So I like to meet another way. Another way is my main house is almost 2,600 square feet. And then half of that have to be my accessory unit have to be smaller than that, but impossible because this is already existing building. But my suggestion is if you look at the living room of the living room is about 390 square feet. If I take that living room is not rented, it just meet exactly same as half of the main building. And that will meet your regulation. That's what I'm suggesting. I'm happy to close, not to rent the front living room, and just rent the bedroom and the back side only, and then front room are not or rental space, and that way satisfy your regulation, and then satisfy I can get the ADU permit, and then also if I'm not going to use it, I'm not going to tell them this is. I'm going to tell them this is not for rental space. But if you want to use it, go ahead use it. But not rental. That's the way I like to approach. That's the way I can meet your regulation, and then the who live here will be comfortable to use it. Just use it, not rental space, but if they can use it if they want to.
Okay, thank you. I would separate those two issues because you addressed the concern that I had, which is the entrance, not being to the front of the building, but rather to the rear. Thank you. Appreciate that.
You're welcome.
Yeah, I don't know. Go ahead, Aaron.
I have a two-part question. The first one is, if we approve the change from commercial to ADU, can the potential new owner of the property, if Jimmy's going to plan to still sell, come back to us and switch it back to commercial?
That's.
I assume so.
What's that? Sorry.
Yeah, go ahead, Jimmy.
Okay, thank you. Probably those previous buyer will not come back because they are gone for a long time, and then.
But you're gonna. Are you still planning to? Again, I don't want to put the cart before the horse. It doesn't necessarily matter what you plan to do, but I'm just curious if we change it from commercial to ADU, and a buyer comes in because of its proximity to 6A and it's in a commercial zone, can it be reverted back to commercial again? I guess this is more a question to the board, not necessarily to the applicant.
Yeah, they could rescind the special permit, and then it would go back to the underlying zoning, which is West Barnstable Village Business District, and they could do anything that's allowed by right in there, assuming it all complies.
Yeah. Just because again,
and if they want to do anything that wasn't allowed, they could come to us.
Yeah, and again, I'm curious, Jimmy, if your plan is to have approval for ADU and then remarket the property for sale again?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
I'm still going to sell it, but my prediction is we're not going to sell it right away because it's so expensive, and then so far most people are not. They cannot afford the property, and not interested in to buying right away. So I'm thinking if not sell, I'd like to stay another year, and then in the meantime I'd like to rent to the young couple. That's my plan. And if someone wants to buy it, I have to sell the property with tenant because it will be 12-year lease, 12-month lease. I understand that. So those are everything on the table. I understand, and I will do the best to sell it. If customer wants change it to commercial, yes, they have to go through the site plan review again, and that time will be maybe a little difficult sometime, but they have to do that. But this house has already has everything need to be changed to the commercial is already set there. That's why the realtor told me this is very attractive to the buyers, but so far it's not working. Thank you very much.
Go ahead, Mark.
Yeah, so just so I understand, because it shows existing plans. So basically, the entire home would be used as is, and then theoretically you could, if you needed to, remove a portion of the downstairs so that it met the requirement for the square footage. That's correct? So you're basically using it in its current form.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir. You only allowed to have half of the main house square footage. I can rent it. Rigor. You are by your regulation. That's I will follow that.
Okay. I mean,
And
usually when we make a determination on the square footage, a lot of times it has to do with what's existing. It would be harder to take space away, but I don't know. Okay, thank you.
But, again, so Jimmy, the building commissioner has sent you here. Did you propose that to him, that you would exclude some of the space for the rental, or did you not talk to him about that?
No, sir, we didn't talk about that. This just came up because you required half of the main house. That's why I want to meet you that in the half point. But the building commissioner didn't say anything about that. They told me you can only allow to have a 1 bedroom. That's what they told me. So that's I have to follow that. I cannot advertise a 2 bedroom.
Yeah, you should probably have a conversation.
I think
I'm sorry, Jake. Go ahead.
I was just going to say, I think it's going to be cleaner here if we approve it as the 1,671 square feet, exceeding the half and exceeding the 900. I don't think the building commissioner is going to go for this square footage is withdrawn from the rent. It still exists and it's being able to be used for free, etc. So if we get to the point of making a affirmative decision here, I think we should, discuss how we want to handle a situation where what essentially was a 3-bedroom house is now being converted to a commercial space and now being converted to a 1-bedroom ADU. I mean, I don't know. I still don't understand why the health department is holding him to a 1-bedroom when there's 2 existing passing separate septic systems that have capabilities. But I guess that he would have to go for a variance. That would be a variance from the Board of Health, I guess. I mean, another option is a variance from us of separating the 2 into 2 dwelling units. But
So Jake, a question. Do you read paragraph 4 to actually impose a requirement of 1/2 of the habitable area? Because it says or 900 feet, whichever is smaller. So I think if he meets the 900 feet, in other words, if we give him the special permit allowing the ADU to exceed 900 feet, does that not take the 1/2 of the habitable area of the principal dwelling out of play?
Pizza and cake. Father, Sunday night. You won't be here.
National habitable is not larger than half, whichever is smaller.
Right. So we're playing with. So if the special permit says, and again, I'm not presuming that we're going to approve it, but if we did, it says it can be greater than 900. I guess I'm reading this that the 1/2 of the habitable floor area of the principal dwelling is no longer a consideration because it's greater. Anyway,
Which again to me says we need a special permit for or approve both. It's greater than 900 and it's greater than half of the main dwelling. So it's almost like a 2-part.
That was how I was reading it, but I don't know. I could be wrong. That's how I was reading it too. Go ahead, Aaron.
I'm just more curious about the applicant. Were there other options proposed to you from the building commissioner in terms of labeling this as a family apartment, as again, pool house? There's no pool, but I mean, we saw a pool house last time we met. I mean, were there other options to classify this space?
No, sir. I spoke to the building commissioner already quite a few times, and that every time I go is they are suggesting ADU is the way to go because this is existing property, existing footage, and I'm not adding to it, and I'm not changing anything to it. So as is, they can give me. They told me go get for the ADU, then we'll give you occupancy permit. That's what they told me. That's why I'm just heading for ADU. If you can give us Yes.
And I think, Aaron, he also wants to rent it. He wants rental revenue from it. So if he went family apartment, he would be able to do that. And same thing with like a pool house, guest house. He wants a separate living detached space or
Makes
separated
sense.
space.
Yep, my fault. Makes sense. I forgot about the whole idea of bringing in income. So family apartments aren't rentable.
And also, I have may I also I make sure the tenant is only 2 adults. That's I'll keep that way, and that's the only the Softex system is allowed. Softex system yes can handle it, but the town say no, so I have to go by the town. So only 2 adults and then children, whoever they have under 18 years old. That's what the town told me to do. Thank you.
Okay. If there are any questions, I think we'll open for public comment. I think there's one member of the public here. Person on iPhone, are you here to speak to this? You just unmute yourself and say your name and address of the record if you want to speak to it. David, do you know if that person was here to speak to this?
No, sorry.
I don't believe there's anybody specific. I know there was a couple people listening, but if anyone is here for public comment, now is your time to speak.
Anna, we didn't receive any correspondence that I saw, right?
That's correct.
The gentleman just unmuted himself. Sir, do you wish to speak on this matter?
Nope.
Thank you.
All right, so I'll make a motion to close public comment.
Second.
All right, roll call vote on closing public comment. Mark Hanson,
In favor.
Fanny Alves,
In favor.
Herb Bodenseek,
In favor.
Aaron Webb,
In favor.
and I'm also in favor. So public comments closed. It brings it back to the board for discussion, deliberation, or findings. I don't know what anyone's thought is. I mean, we've had several of these. I will say this is one that it is an existing structure that is oversized. I mean, we could ask the applicant to make some space not living space, whether it's, unconditioned storage or a garage or something of that nature. But, in that district, you're in 6A, you're on Old Kings Highway, historic, some of that stuff, I think that the intent would be to keep the structure looking the same from the street as it is. But I don't know, does anyone have any thoughts? Aaron, you're muted. Go ahead. Go ahead.
My thoughts are that it's, again, this is, as you indicated, the first that we've seen that's a pre-existing structure, although, forgive me if there might be one prior, but yeah, I don't think it would make sense for us to ask the applicant to go ahead and make alterations to the space, given its location, the financial hardship that's going to cause, everything else that would be associated with that request from our board. Although I do struggle a little bit with, again, the ADU bylaw being specific that 900 square feet was the sort of intent of the purpose of the, proposal. So, but again, it is pre-existing. It's not as if he's building it from scratch and coming to us asking for 1,600 square feet. So I think I'm leaning in direction of being in favor of it personally, but only because I don't want to see the structure change either. That if the property does transfer hands and somebody else wants to come in and revert it back, there's a workable space there for commercial. So.
Mark, go ahead.
My thoughts.
Yeah, and I was just doing some really quick math just on the drawings, and based on the description, I actually think when you include the staircases, the storage up in the upper level, which I think is included in that 16, the real habitable space here, I believe, is actually below 1,500 square feet. I know it's splitting hairs, but I don't think it is as much as is indicated based on the drawings. It's just very quick math. So
I agree, Mark. That's how I looked at it.
I think this is like 14 and change.
Mm-hmm.
And again, hard for the applicant to change the, second floor, first floor, configuration, given the fact that the kitchen is upstairs from the plans, that, you know, it would be difficult, again, asking a lot of the applicant to go through a process of making significant alterations, being on 6A, Old Kings Highway, everything else. So,
Yeah, and I think the second sentence of that provision actually only speaks to 900 feet. It says, if the board is empowered to grant a special permit for an ADU with a maximum habitable floor area greater than 900. So even though I agree with you, Mark, I don't think it actually gets to more than 1,500. I think that the operative measuring stick here is the 900 square feet. And I agree with everything that's been said. I don't think, given that this is an existing structure, I don't know that it makes sense to impose any sort of requirement to modify it.
Yeah, I agree.
Do you think we need to restrict it to the 1 bedroom, or should we leave it open-ended that it could by right be 2 bedrooms? If you want to petition to the Board of Health for a variance to utilize the 3-bedroom septic.
I don't understand why it is being held to 1. It doesn't make sense. It's got a pre-existing building with 3-bedroom septic.
Yeah, I don't know either, but that's not in our purview. But I'm just saying we don't need to approve it only as a 1-bedroom, because by right, the only thing he really truly needs relief from us for is that the size. So then it would leave it open-ended to him or a future buyer to go to the Board of Health and say, hey, here's the septic report, blah, blah, blah. Can I go up to the 2-bedroom that is allowed by zoning regulation?
Yep. Yeah, I agree.
Does someone want to make findings?
Mr. Chair, just a reminder to close the public hearing, please.
Okay, I'll make a motion to close the public hearing.
Second.
I need a second.
Second.
All right. Roll call vote on closing the public hearing. Manny Alves.
In favor.
Mark Hansen.
I'm in favor.
Herb Bodenseek.
I'm in favor.
Aaron Webb.
in favor.
And I'm also in favor. So the public hearing's closed. We need to make a vote on findings.
I'll do it.
Someone want to do it? Okay, go ahead, mate.
Okay, on special permit application number 2024-012, Junichi Sawayanagi has applied for a special permit in accordance with section 240-47.2C4, accessory dwelling units, ADUs. The applicant proposes to change the use of the existing front accessory structure from a commercial use, previously a framing business, to a residential use as a 1,671 square foot, 1-bedroom accessory dwelling unit, which exceeds the 900 square foot as a right limit. Subject property is located at 1085 Main Street, West Barnstable, as shown, a mass as shown on Assessor's Map 178 as parcel 0004-00002. It is located in the West Barnstable Village District zoning, the West Barnstable Business District zoning district. Based on the evidence presented, I find that the application falls within a category specifically accepted in the ordinance for grant of a special permit. The provision of 240-47-2C4 allows the board to grant a special permit for an accessory dwelling unit that exceeds the 900 square feet. I find that site plan review is not required for single-family residential dwellings. And based on what's been presented, the fact that this is an existing structure, no alterations, that the entrance will be consistent with the zoning ordinance in that it will not be as prominent as the principal dwelling. I find that the proposal fulfills the spirit and intent of the zoning ordinance, which is to obviously allow for the creation of more housing, and that's what the ADUs are about. And allowing the special permit would not represent a substantial detriment to the public good or the neighborhood affected. Those are my findings.
I'll second that.
All right, so we have a first and a second on the findings. I think we're supposed to approve the findings and then vote on approving the findings, correct, Anna? Seems to be what I'm getting now. Okay, so this is just to approve the findings, and then we'll take a vote on actually affirmative vote on it all. Manny Alves?
In favor.
Mark Hanson?
In favor.
Herb Bodenseek?
Favor.
Aaron Webb?
In favor.
And I am also in favor of the findings. And now this is a vote to approve the application for appeal number 2024-012. An affirmative vote. Manny Alves?
In favor. Are we doing conditions afterwards?
We will do conditions, yeah. Legal just wants a more, an up-down. So
Okay.
it's a yay, nay, or abstain on approving the application. So Manny Alves,
I'm in favor.
Mark Hanson,
I'm in favor.
Herb Bodenseek,
I'm in favor.
Aaron Webb,
Yay.
and I am also in favor. And so, Manny, what conditions would you like to put on this approval?
Well, there are conditions in the staff report, which I should have referenced, dated April 9th, numbered 1 through 6. Jimmy, have you had a chance to look at those? I can read them.
I would modify number 1 to, I just think we should just remove the 1-bedroom accessory dwelling unit, because that really wasn't what was before us, exceeding or bringing down.
I would agree. It's just to approve it, to allow it to exceed the 900 square foot as a right. I agree with that modification. Jimmy, have you had a chance to look at
Jimmy, were you able to look at those? Yeah.
I don't know exactly what you're talking about.
Okay.
Which one? I believe I read the whole paperwork, but let me
Okay.
take a look one more
On
time.
page 3 of the staff report, the bottom half of the page,
I
there's a
believe,
section
yes,
entitled.
I remember I read, yes. Yes, I did read, yes.
Okay. So I'll go through these briefly, just for the record.
Yes.
So the board is granting you the special permit
Thank you.
in accordance with section 42.6C4 to allow you to have an ADU that exceeds the 900 square foot as of right.
Thank you.
The second condition is that it talks about construction, although you're not doing any construction. I guess you'll be operating the ADU in accordance with the plan that you presented to the board.
Yes.
Okay, there are no site changes being proposed.
Mhm.
And the other condition is that this is intended to represent full build out. If you do any additional development of the lot, you need to come back for approval.
No, there's nothing approved, I mean, improvement, no.
Condition 4 is that you have to comply with all the provisions of the ADU ordinance. They're laid out here, but it is what it is. It's in the zoning law, so you have to comply with all those requirements.
Yes.
Condition 5, it relates to mechanical equipment. It says all mechanical equipment associated with the dwelling, air conditioners, electric generators, etc., shall be screened from neighborhood homes in the public right of way. I presume that's already been done?
Yes, sir. Yes, it is. The air conditioning system in the front building had all covered by the fence, and then green tree stuff to cover the whole, nothing visible from the street.
Okay. And the last condition, it's really more of a warning to you. Once approved and the appeal period has elapsed, you need to record this with the Registry of Deeds. And also, if you don't use this within 2 years, if you don't use it as an ADU, the special permit may expire. You may need to come back to the board.
I understand that. Yes. Yes,
Okay.
sir.
Those are the conditions.
Thank you.
All right. Anna, did you get that one modification, or Jenna, of just on number 1, just removing the 1 bedroom?
Yep, got it.
Perfect. So roll call vote on the conditions as discussed and amended. Manny Alves,
In favor.
Mark Hansen,
I'm in favor.
Herb Bodenseek,
In favor.
Aaron Webb,
Favor.
and I'm also in favor. So Jimmy, you have your special permit. You just have to wait for the appeal period to run out, and you can get to work on creating that space.
Chairman, and then board of the members, thank you very, very much.
Good luck.
Very welcome. Good luck.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Good luck.
Thank you.
All right, correspondence. We received a letter from Mary Lynch regarding 900 Old State Road. We also received a notification transmittal of preliminary subdivision application. I'm not sure what address that was referencing to.
Actually.
Anyone know off the top of their head?
I think it's Main Street and IAMS.
Row 1 Main Street.
Oh, okay. That's the second time we've received that then. Okay. Any matters not reasonably anticipated?
We really do, but.
Anna, we've got May 8th in person, May 22nd on Zoom, June 12th in person.
Yes,
How are we looking on schedule? Are we really busy or crazy?
very busy.
I just want to remind, I'm not going to be here on, I won't be at that meeting on May 8th.
Okay.
It's not a dude, right?
And I did report.
Anna, will
back to
you
John.
let us know if anyone needs to mull in for anything?
Yes, we will let you know.
Okay. All right, I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
Feels obvious to me.
Roll call vote on adjourn. Mark Hansen,
In favor.
Larry Hurwitz,
In favor.
Yeah.
Aaron Webb,
I'm in favor.
Annie House,
In favor.
and Herb Bodenseek.
In favor.
All right, we are adjourned. Thank you, David.